0 AD has two Celtic factions, the Britons and the Gauls. Since they essentially use the same building textures, same units, albeit differently named, and same special building called the rotary mill, it would be quite difficult to tell them apart. But the developers have provided ways to easily tell them apart, so let's look at them. At first glance, both Celtic factions seem to have the same set of starting units. You have your women, spearmen, javelin-throwing horsemen, and some ranged units. Upon closer inspection, however, you will notice that the ranged infantry are different. The Britons start with slingers, while the Gauls start with skirmishers. These starting units are also trainable in the Civic Center. So if you want to find out what Celtic faction you are controlling, then look at the ranged infantry. Or check if you have a war dog, since the Britons have that as an extra starting unit. Now here comes the tricky part. Although the barracks maintain the distinction of trainable ranged infantry in the village phase, it gets blurred out once both factions tech up to town phase. The Britons can now train skirmishers, and the Gauls can train slingers. Not until in the city phase will we see the trainable unit differences again. It's when the Britons will have Boudica and her champion chariots, while the Gauls will have Vercingetorix and his champion cavalry. Still, each faction can still produce their unique units in this phase. The Britons can produce war dogs using the kennel, while the Gauls can train naked fanatics using the tavern. Although both factions share the same texture set of wood, hay, and stone, you can easily tell them apart simply by looking at the general shape of each structure. The Britons have round-based buildings, while the Gauls have cornered buildings. For now, not all structures look different. The storehouse, temples, and blacksmith still look the same. However, there's been a lot of tweaking going on for the next alpha. That means it will be much easier to distinguish these factions just by scouting their structures. I believe that learning about the differences in trainable units and structure shapes should be enough to tell these Celtic factions apart. But for the sake of completion, let's discuss some other ways. Not just for the Celts, but also for any other faction that there is. If you click on any single unit or structure, for example yours, look at the lower part of the information bar. Just hover your mouse on the player's name and the tooltip will indicate what faction that player is controlling. Or just click on the diplomacy button and see each player's faction displayed along with other information. So that's pretty much it. Hope you liked it and see you guys later.